Hey guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another Summoners War video. The tally for this season has ended. I really wish that it would tell you which season it is, but yeah, we did end G1. Obviously, it's not as a great achievement as Sean B, because Sean B put out a video and I also watched his last game, which solidified his G3 record, and that was pretty awesome. Yeah, his team was actually really nice. I wish I could copy it, but I really think that his new ISIS pool carried a lot of his battles, which is actually insane. A lot of people look down on that LD5, but if you have the right units, and obviously if you have the rune quality, you could achieve so much more compared to a lot of other people. I actually thought that I was going to end P3 because I had a horrendous run the second day before the season has ended, and I was in a losing streak. However, I've noticed that my LD5 that I had also was really good with the current meta picks. So after pulling that out and after also testing that out in the Goodwill battles, I was able to pick up my game and end in G1. I also had to play one last game because seeing the climb, my standing was not safe at 1846. I believe it did end 1847. So I did play one game in the middle while I was still in G1 and I did win that game. So we'll be watching some of the games that I played. And also I'll show you guys the rune quality that I played with this season and what I'll do for the next season. I'm not sure if I'll be doing Special League, to be fair. So I think I'm just gonna be preparing for the next season and we'll go from there. So let's receive all of these and let's also transmogrify or give some of these units a skin. I also have to choose these, So I have to give one to Nana. I only have these two. So the right pick is to just pick these two. And for the fire, I forgot her name, it's actually really nice. The skin animation and stuff is really nice. But obviously these are the breadwinners. So let's first pick that and then pick the water one, because those are the ones I have. Now, yeah, it looks awesome, And then the fire one. Now, why do I say that they look crazy good? Let me first change them. Oh man. Oh, Coco. Love the name. And then Nana. So I don't even know the name because I never used her. She's not even scaled up. But if you look at these animations, and we're going to look at the water and fire one because that's the only one I have. The water one is like whatever, to be fair, because it only has 2 skills. That looks pretty decent. But yeah. The fire one is a real deal. When she uses skill 3. Oh yeah, though. Oh yeah, that looks nice. So let's try that again. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Love to see it. It's unique, right? It's unique. And for these skills, for these skins, you want something unique. I love it. And then we also have to give these wings that we just got. We got 5 of them. It looks like whatever, to be fair. But let's see if it fits any of these new skins. Where's Nana? Oh man, the skin is way too big. You barely see it. I mean, it looks like a good addition, to be fair, though. Oh man, that looks awesome. Actually, I'm gonna give it to her. It doesn't look too bad. You barely see the wing, but it fits perfectly in a sense that it doesn't like outstand by itself. It blends in with the skin entirely. It looks like the skin itself has wings. I like it, actually. I thought I was gonna be like, hey, that's covering it too much, but it actually looks nice. Let's put it on the fire one as well. There she is. Yeah, again, I think it looks nice. Awesome. Okay, let's go into the RTA. And let's first look at the runes. So what I used a lot, well, we could go through everything. This was Chandra, which I did not use the last few battles. Or the last few days. I think the last 2 days I didn't pull Chandra at all. And I do think a lot of people were using Violent Chandras. I've gotten destroyed by Destroy Chandras too. It's just that I didn't see my Chandra performing on Despair. Like it wouldn't get Despair stuns. I know it's different for a lot of people. And it's like Shay Sizzle's video, there are matches where all the RNG are on your side and there are matches it's not. So maybe, when I pulled Chandra, it was just those type of matches where RNG was not on my side. But I didn't really see a lot of success with it, so I stopped pulling it out. I actually used a lot more of this Water Angel on Swift Will. It's not on my best Swift set, and I actually did get improvements on my Swift set, but I didn't change the build, so it could get faster and stuff, but it performed well. Before I brought out my Wedgeat again, this was my 2-go 24 lead. If people pulled out Sagar, Veladrol or Chandra, if they took the Chandra, this was my 2-go pick, and I actually liked the unit. Higging, a very popular pick, I still pulled out here and there. Even if I had 4 supportive units in my draft due to the defense buff coming in from Wedgeat and due to Veladrol being like a semi-bruiser-ish unit on crit rate, with the defense buff, it was still doing a lot of damage. So I was actually still okay when I had 4 drafts of supportive units and I was able to get some wins. Camilla I barely used. Probably will de-Rune her, because I think there are better water damage dealers like Chow that I decided to rune up later on, and Devil as well. You'll see that build as well. I have to change the build though, because you do want him on 100 crit rate rather than the 90 that I have him right now. Abelio, brought him out sometimes as counter picks, obviously. Violent Will. More I stopped bringing it out. It just doesn't perform well. I think my attack is a little too low. I think the threshold is at 1600 attack that you want. Miles, I actually did use it a lot. Definitely more of a last pick for me later on, because if I bring it out early, Leo is a problem. Although I had picks that could deal with Leo later on, I just felt like my draft was limited when I had to for sure ban Leo if I bring out Miles. So I didn't like that. Reason why I started to pick him last instead in the middle of my draft. Minato never used. I don't know about this 100 res build anymore. It worked well in the beginning, but Despair is just too strong. Like, the Despair stuns cannot be resisted if it does land, or if it does decide to land. And that just destroys Minato being like this slow. I might just go with a more harder hitting Minato. Harder hitting Minato and faster, so at least when he goes into that stun, he could get out of it. Or it's more of a pick that I'll bring out when Leo's on the field. Josephine I did use once. Obviously it was runed last, so not the best of rune quality, but it did its job when I did bring it out once, I believe, this season. Nana, I believe I did try to bring it out here and there, especially in the one-shot comps. The one-shot comps I definitely had a harder time dealing with, so instead of trying to come back from a one-shot comp, like with the revives and heals, I started to draft resetters like Sagar and Sekhmet to try to break that combo, which effectively worked a lot better. Suiki I never brought out. I never brought out. Praha I never brought out. When I did, I think the rune quality was too bad. It just was too squishy. I noticed that it would get killed. Sadly, it didn't really do much. Chow I loved. Chow was an awesome unit that I added to my box. It was a great addition. It was a great counter to Chandra because it could go through the defend. There's multiple builds you could go for. You could go for a more squishier, harder hitting build that's faster, or you could go with this type of tanky build that I have him on right now. Artifacts, just more crit damage and stuff, right? Yeah. But love the unit. It really performed. Now, one of my best first picks that I used at the end of the season is Veladrol, and I think we've seen a lot of that. In the middle of that, I did switch it out to a non-100 res build, but faster, around 180 on Violent Will. However, I just didn't have success. I started losing like crazy. I think my loss streak came from my Veladrol change, because my Veladrol was not able to do anything. Now, I know a lot of people believe that resistance is a joke, but I'm an advocate of having 100 res. That's why if you look at my RTA videos, a lot of it says 100 res, because I see success with it. Again, it could be one of those matches where I'm just luckier, and there's matches that I'm not luckier, and yeah, it happens, right? But what can I say? Without 100 res, I didn't get any of those luckier days or luckier matches. And I just had more luckier matches with 100 res. So I switched it back. It did get a little faster compared to the last video that I made with Veladrol. I think last time it was 168, but now it's plus 171. I don't know if that's with an improvement or if just change of runes, but loved how he performed at the end. With Wedgeat, with the defense buff, he was still dealing a good amount of damage, and it also made up for that tankiness that he was missing. It was cool. It was cool. Verd, love the 100 res Verd. I actually did pull this out a lot. There was another good pick that I used against Sagar, because a lot of cases when I picked Veladrol, I saw the opponent picking Challenger Sagar, and in that case, I usually took Wedgeat Verd or even the Water Angel and Verd, and it worked wonders against Sagar. Vanessa I never brought out actually this season, just made it tankier on a Swift accuracy build. Didn't see the need of bringing it out, as in a lot of cases I wasn't contesting speed, and even if I was, my last pick was like Hagang to kind of steal the turn rather than trying to go first. Juno, I actually think I'm gonna kill my Juno speed and make it tankier. Actually, Juno was used against me a lot since I had Wedgeat, and Juno was used as like that one stripper that they brought out early. So on my side, it was mostly like a Tessarion pick to counter like their Verd, their Juno, or any of their passive units. Mea Wang, I did change it to be a little faster, so it's almost 240 speed. More on the tankier side. Violent Will. Now I know a lot of people are gonna bash on me, like, why are you going Violent Will on the Fire Monkey? Why aren't you going Violent Nemesis? Why aren't you going Violent Revenge? I have a rule on this. I usually like any of those subsets on bruiser type units like the Fire Monkey. Now Will is a good option because I had a lot of instances where Masha would just go first and one-shot the Fire Monkey. Well, it wouldn't one-shot it, but you know, the Masha tends to use skill 2 and then proc into skill 1. It happens a lot more than you think, and in that case it would kill the Fire Monkey, and I didn't want that to happen all the time, so Will was an option. And then obviously the other famous popular sets are Revenge and Nemesis. What I do on the optimizer, I put all of those subsets onto one category, and then I let the optimizer run, and I just go with the most efficient build. And when I say efficient, I look at the speed, I look at the tankiness, I like the overall efficiency, the accuracy as well, because Fire Monkey essentially needs all of those. It's almost like a Camilla, because you also want the accuracy, you want the crit rate, you want the tankiness. Although Camilla, you get the tankiness, so Fire Monkey, you have to get tankiness separately. But because of that, I think the most efficient build is the right build for Fire Monkey, and the Will set just happened to have that. I've been getting a lot of comments regarding my builds on improvements or on my account trying to correct me what I'm doing wrong, but I have valid reasons on why I build certain units on certain subsets. Then we have Tessarion. I liked a decently fast Tessarion, and by doing so I could go with the Revenge set. If it's too slow, I do think I would have to go Will, because there's a chance that it could not even move before it dies. But if you go fast enough, if you make it fast enough, then you could, if you go first at the very least, you know that it moves. So if it moves, then you don't need Will, because you lose a Will the first turn. So I believe this is, yeah, Violent Revenge. More on the tankier build. But I know with the past change, I don't know if it's called a nerf or buff, I believe he has less survivability. But his 3-turn Oblivion is pretty good against like the Kopsus that are really prevalent these days. Douglas, I did bring out a couple times. I did feel the buff, you know, where he connects his skill 1 to skill 2 a lot more often, so I like that. I also decided to go a lot more damage heavier rather than life strain, because I think it's more impactful than him surviving. Well, him surviving will happen nonetheless as the match is prolonged, but his counter damage has to be impactful when it happens. I did use Masha a couple times this season. That's why you see that it has some decent runes, 285 speed. It is on Violent Will. Again, not Violent Nemesis. Don't bash me, guys. Don't bash me. The Will set just have better stats, okay? Just better stats. Taking less damage from water, more damage, and also more skill to accuracy here. 21%. Lucia, I didn't use because I tended to go like a different countering style against control comps. But it's triple revenge. Leica, still on the 100 res, but it is on vampire now. I might change these builds because I got some better runes that might give him still the 100 res with better stats. But definitely just a Leo counter. Cassandra, this hasn't changed. I did bring it out a couple times, but didn't really fit my playstyle. Raccoony definitely didn't bring out this entire season. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll have Raccoon runed up for next season. Sekhmith, I used a lot. Like I said, at the later games, when there was a lot of these one-shot type of comps, or if there was a combo that I wanted to manipulate or stop, I went with a lot of resetters, and Sekhmith was one of them. Obviously, one of the most popular one. Very, very scared to use this unit though whenever I bring it out, because you don't know when this will land, even with the max accuracy. So I got the max accuracy, so all of these are additional damage as much as I could. And the runes are like these flat stuff, just so I could get the speed. But still, it looks decently tanky, right? I did rune up Rocky trying to deal with light vampires, but I actually never saw success. I tried to play it in Goodwill Battle, but just didn't see it work. So probably have to figure out something here. Or just maybe rune up and skill up the Fire Angel, because Fire Angel has more utility. Sagar, another unit I used a lot. Not max accuracy because I'm getting 8, 9, and 11%. Effectively, the lowest number plus 77 is 85%. So we did have max accuracy, so don't bash me there. No crit rate to make sure we're not critting Camillas if there are Camillas. Taking less damage from fire. Smicer, another unit I used a whole lot this season. A whole lot. I just had a lot of success with bringing out Smicer against those Chung Pung Escher more comps, because Smicer you can reset, but he just has to take a turn to land this passive. And for those type of teams, if they get silenced, they're pretty much done. Well, that's what I experienced. Their combo is pretty much over, or it was very hard to restart that combo, because you know the Escher Chung Pung more type of combo is that they get the reset, they take multiple turns while you don't, they get the reset again, and they kind of like wither you out, right? But with Smicer, that combo got broken whenever Smicer took a turn. So I love the 100 res build. I know a lot of people try this and leave it, but I have seen success with it. It's not max accuracy, but I also noticed that a lot of people go with like really low accuracy, like 50%. So I could get even a better build on 100 res, a tankier build when I say better. But yeah, with me, I have skill 2 and skill 1 accuracy here. So that's around 80%, right? 80, 82%. Didn't really use Angela, but I had it ready. Violent Nemesis, 100 res. I tried to use Royd. The runes changed a lot because I think it was shared between Bellajoul. It was on Violent Will. It's too squishy, I believe. Fang I used a lot in the right situation. It definitely carried the game. Violent Revenge, I'm pretty sure you guys know that I love to use Fang time to time. Sierra I didn't use, but I noticed that a lot of people started using Sierra on a non-crit rate build, more of a bomb damage dealer and control comp. Getting more skill to accuracy here, so we have 85%, so we have max accuracy, but didn't really bring it out because the problem is I already have a decent speed lead that nobody else is really stealing unless they have him, so I didn't really need a second speed lead. Leo never changed. Violent Endure, still couldn't find something better than this. Diana I did bring out a couple times. I think you guys saw a match where I used her, so I have her ruined. Ethna, I'm still looking for grinds and gems to perfect some of these runes, because I really want this to be over 10k, the HP. Riley we never brought out, another 100 res supportive unit. Ruined last, so the taking is really low. Gu I changed from that crit rate build to 100 res, just max accuracy. Despair Will. Tyrannus for those sniping comps like Sonya and stuff, because if you bring out Tyrannus, you have a reviver plus a unit that Sonya cannot one-shot. So try to use this guy as well whenever I could. Wedge at the LD5 that I brought out at the end again, because I noticed that Wedge and Bellajoul just go really well together. Kinky never brought out. Don't think it will ever be a unit that I actively use now. I think actually Despair might be better with the change, because his nerf was pretty big. Still probably a decent last pick if you put it in the right comp, but I really didn't see it. Escher, another fast unit that I have ruined up just in case. You could tell from the stats that it's like an attack ruiner. Oh, it's just a defense flat. Just for the speed. I'm just trying to outspeed and never used. Jessica didn't see success this season. I usually brought her out using against Nephthys and stuff, But this season, I've seen a lot more success with Vero, so didn't use her. Nigong, ruined them last. I should have ruined them earlier to deal with some cleaves, but I didn't do this early enough, so I never got to use them. Maybe I used them once, but it failed. Kapsu, another unit that I didn't get to use much because it was more on the opponent's side. It didn't fit my playstyle. Actually, it would have. I think if I take Velojo and Kapsu together, it's not too bad. Veramos, like I said, is a unit that I used a lot this season against the Nef, this type of comps. It really helped. Violent Will, again, people was going to bash on me, saying why not Violent Nemesis. But just the better stats and faster speed. Giselle I used once. I really can't find instances to use Giselle. I just suck at it. And because there's so many resetters and strippers these days, I'm always scared to bring out Giselle. But I should try to bring it out more because this is so low cooldown. She will get her immunity up a lot quicker than I think. Alexandra, didn't use it, but Vampire will. I didn't use Omdod at all, but I just have it ruined. And I did want to use the Fire Bayek. However, I didn't see a scenario and I wasn't happy with the runes. So it was just more of a testing thing. It's not even fully scaled up. I'm still waiting for the scale ups. So you can see from this, I was all the way down close to P3. And then I started having a win streak right here. I started bringing out Wedget. You can see with the Vela Jewel. I won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row. 8 games. So this was 8 games and I was in G1 and I thought I was safe, or I told my friends that I'm going to be sitting it out. However, the points were climbing too fast, and here I just played some games with, goodwill battles to make sure to prepare myself. I think that's what you guys should do too, to prepare your pick and ban, to be ready, to have the mindset, to not tilt. And after I won against this G2 player, I was like, okay, I'm ready. I played this game here. On the 9th game, I won this game to secure my G1. Pretty cool. So let's watch the last game. I don't want to show you guys too much. Let's watch the last game that got me into G1 first. So this is the comp that was a lot of one-shotting. See, it's like Vivid Cho, Shizuka, it's gonna be like Leo. No, it's not. So we know he's gonna ban this. So I had to ban the unit that I knew that was hardest to kill. So here is just controlling the Verd. If the Verd starts moving, then we are in big trouble. He does get all the counters, I believe, but however, with Wedget's anti-crit, he missed that. And this is where I have to start controlling the Verd. I just try to kill one as quick as possible. And it's not Verd because he has the bomb. He's going to get stunned, hopefully. I gave him a lot of accuracy. So I'm putting faith into these Smicer. I went for that reset because I saw her attack bar, the Shizuka. Hers was the highest, so I was betting that Smicer was going to land that silence. Go for that there. Got the greatest debuff right there. The glancing. So here you guys might think that I'm going to have a hard time killing Juno, and I noticed that too. But Smicer deals with Juno pretty well because Juno usually does not have a lot of resist. So the pushback helps a lot. If it's a 1v1 scenario with Juno, Smicer will always try to push back Juno's attack bar. And with that, if Juno doesn't take a turn, you should be able to wither down the Juno. So that's why I wasn't scared of Juno too much. I actually believe that Veramos is a way harder counter to the Smicer than Juno. But he probably brought out Juno to deal with all these Wind and Sekhmet users because, she has the attack break on skill 1. Skill 2 is multi debuffs. So probably want to deal with that. So yeah, see how we're taking turns and see. That's crazy how she resisted both of that. See this stun? I'm not scared. I'm not scared one bit, because if I just take a turn, that happens. That happens. So that's why I think Smicer is so good. You can see I'm withering her down. Smicer again. Dude, she resisted again. What a joke. Push her back, get rid of the speed buff. And that's how we were able to win this match. So that was that one there. And if you want to watch this was the last battle. And I really didn't understand his ban. I think he messed up. And maybe I was lucky to win here. I actually was lucky here. This is one of those lucky matches, because I think I procced a lot. But yeah, I picked Leo to counter the Miles, but he bans Tasarion. Which I was like, what the heck? Here you're gonna see my Leo proc a lot, actually. Another game where we just wither out these players. You guys might be questioning, why did that Juno not strip? I mean, she got the stun, but why did she not strip? And that's because all of the 4 units here on this field have 100 res. So Juno usually not all max accuracy. We all know that. So it kind of made sense that she missed some of the strips. Actually, she missed all of it. And I think that happens multiple times this match. So there was something either wrong with the Juno, or I was really lucky. Yeah, you see, I think the Leo proc there again. We're just withering them down. That's all we're doing. We have sustained with Smasher skill 1. We will be getting more turns with Wedge at. It looks like my villager's gonna die, but we're also weathering him out at the same time. Yeah, good, yeah, good. And there's another proc, another control. It felt like that Raccoon was also not on 100 res, because he was getting pushed back by my Wedge at that has like 30% accuracy. See how that Juno missed again? Everything. Missed everything. So, in a sense, I pretty much luck sacked this last game, because you could tell that he's missing a lot of the strips. But I also think that he banned incorrectly. I think, unless he thought I was going to ban the Miles, I think he should have banned Leo. I think even with that, he would have done better than what he's doing right now. His Raccoon would have done so much more. Because right now, I think due to Leo, my Wedge at and his passive is doing so much work. And also with Smicer, you know, one unit is pushing back their attack bar. Our units are pushing up the attack bar. We're just taking too many more turns. Okay, and with that, I was able to get the G1 record. So at least I didn't have to say that I waited to get into P3 to play this. I did play with somebody that was effectively G1. He was actually very close to G2, and that's probably what he was striving for. We were able to do it. I hope you guys were able to get your record as well. I'm not going to show too many more games. Maybe you guys want to see this one? You? I think he banned incorrectly as well. But because of this, he gave me the confidence to play the last game. I banned his speed lead because I don't think he was going to ban my Wedge at, because I had Leo on the field. See that? Because of Wedge at, my villager got to move. And I think that kind of won me the game. And 100 res Smicer did the work. 100 res Smicer did the work. Yanong, Ethna, both units that are not usually on high accuracy. So don't say it's fluke, because they don't have high accuracy. I mean, we're hoping for these, right? That's why we give them 100 res. Why would we give them 100 res if we're not hoping for this? We're praying for this. And it worked out for me this time. But it gave me the confidence that my Smicer is a boss. And I mean, like, that happened as well. But thankfully, with Verd being on the field, we were able to start getting more turns. We were still able to sustain everything out. And eventually win against this G2 player. He probably was safe G2 anyway, so he was just having fun. But yeah, that was it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys ended in the record you guys want to end. Yeah, let's try for something higher next season, because seeing what Shambi could do with his rune quality. To be fair, I don't think I'm too far away from his rune quality. To be fair, I'm not saying I have better rune quality. I don't think I'm too far away from it. And if you could get G3, maybe I could at least achieve G2. We'll see. We'll see. I only played 424 games this season, which is less than last season. Last season I played 500. Yeah, 555. Isn't it funny? We ended in the same rank. But one concerning thing that I see is that we're in the same rank, but my rank is much higher than last time, meaning there's less people playing. That's a bummer. I really wish Counter-Strike wasn't a dying game, but every year we kind of see that little by little. I'm not saying that it's dying anytime soon, but we do see that it is losing popularity. It is, I believe, inevitable because it is a 10-year-old game, still having their own flaws. I know they've done a lot to try to fix stuff, but I know also at the same time a lot of people are still not happy with it. So it is what it is. Let's see how things go. Let's prepare for next season and see you guys then. Bye.